So today we'll continue our graphing, but rather than taking a graph and creating the equation, we will take an equation and we'll create the graph. And this is called standard form. So you can see here, I have 3x minus y equals 4. So standard form is some coefficient like 3, which we'll call a, x plus by equals c. So in our particular example, 3 is a, -1 is b, and 4 is c. So in standard form, we can do it a couple of ways. We can either plot the intercepts, or we can convert it to slope-intercept form and graph it that way. So we'll begin with slope-intercept form because that's what you're used to. So I'm going to solve this for y. So I can begin by, let me get rid of these marks really quick. I can begin by subtracting 3x, and then I'll divide by -1. So this is what it looks like. Minus 3x, divide by -1. And this now becomes positive y equals -4 plus 3x. The negative divided by negative is a positive 3x. And then I just commute these. If you remember the commutative property, y equals 3x minus 4. So if I'm looking at my graphs, a lot of you are already kind of seeing like, oh, I need my y-intercept to be at 4, so it's definitely not a. It's not going to be a. It's not going to be b. Let's see, c could be c, not going to be e. So it could either be c or d. And then the next thing I look at is, well, what's my slope? My slope's positive, so it's obviously d. But I can also compute it. I'm going up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. So again, you can see 1, 2, 3 over 1. So it is in fact d. Now I also want to show you how to graph this by doing intercepts. Okay, so what I'll do here, if I rewrite the equation, 3x minus y equals 4, I can plug in 0 for x, and that will tell me what y equals, and then I can plug in 0 for y, and that will tell me what x equals. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. When I plug in 0 right here, 3 times 0 minus y equals 4, this eliminates. 3 times 0 is 0, which then is an identity, so I don't need it. And I just have negative y equals 4, divided by -1, and I get y equals -4. Cool, so which ones have y at -4? Nope, nope, yes, yes, nope. So same process of elimination from before. Then I just plug in 0 for y, so 3x minus 0 equals 4. This again is an identity when I add and subtract 0, so I just have 3x equals 4, divide by 3, and x equals 4/3. Well, of my 2 left, is this 4/3? No, because it's negative. Is this 4/3? Yes. It's between 1 and 2, which is where 4/3 is. So either way, you can do this. We'll try both of them as we continue through here. All right, next example. All right, so I go ahead and I plug in 0 here. When I plug in 0, I have negative y equals -4, so negative y equals -4, divide by -1, and y equals +4. Can't be a, could be b, can't be d, can't be c, can't be e. Oh, that was easy. My answer is b. Okay, you see how easy that was by just plugging in and finding the intercept? Okay, next one. I go ahead and plug in 0 here, so this is now eliminated. Divide by -2, and that becomes y equals -3. Okay, can't be a. Could be b, maybe. Could be c, maybe. Cannot be d. Cannot be e, because that's hitting at -2. We need it to be -3. So right here is -3 in between -2 and -4. Okay, cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and plug in 0 here. Plug in 0 here, and I have 3x equals 6. Divide by 3. And x equals 2. Well, that works. This is -2, which makes this one wrong. And I go ahead and say C is my answer. Next next one we have here, I'll go ahead and plug in 0 here, divide by 5, and y equals 4. Cannot be A, cannot be B, cannot be C, possibly D, cannot be E. Easy. Okay, on to the next one. I probably shouldn't have said easy, I'm sorry. But definitely something that you guys can do. Okay, let's plug in 0 here, divide by -1, and y equals -5. Cannot be A, possibly B, cannot be C, cannot be D, possibly E. So I have two options. Then I go ahead and plug in over here. So when I plug in 0 for y, I have 3x equals 5. When I divide by 3, I get some positive value, x equals 5/3. You might not know exactly what 5/3 is, but you know it's positive. This particular one hits at a negative number. This particular one hits a positive number. So it's going to be E. 5/3 is really the same thing as 1 2/3, so almost 2. You can see this is almost 2. This one looks quite interesting. Y equals 0. Which one of these lines has y equal to 0? Well, that's 6, can't be A. That's -1, can't be B. Here, this one has 0, so it could possibly be C. And then over here, that's not it, because it's up here at 4. Or it could be E. So we have C or E. If you remember, vertical lines are when x equals some number. Hashtag back in the day was actually the number sign, or the pound sign. So vertical, x equals some number, and then horizontal lines are when y equals some number. So you can see everywhere along this line, x equals 0. Everywhere along this line. So y equals 2, x equals 0. Y equals 4, x equals 0. Y equals 6, x equals 0. Everywhere on this line, x equals 0. So x equals 0 is this line. If we look at this line, x equals -2, y is 0. X equals -4, y is 0. X equals 2 over here, y is still 0. So this horizontal line is y equal to 0. Similarly, if we wanted, so our answer is E. But similarly, if we wanted to say, y equals 4, that would look like a horizontal line up here at 4. So nice horizontal line at 4. That's the equation for y equals 4. So any horizontal line is going to be y equals a number. Any vertical line is going to be x equals a number. All right, here's our next one. I'll go ahead and plug in 0 here. Divide by -1. Y equals -1. Yes, no, yes, yes, no. So I have three options, A, C, or D. And I'm going to go ahead and plug in here and divide by 2x. So I've got divide by 2. 2x equals 1, divide by 2, and x equals 1/2. So I go ahead and check these again. Okay, if this is 1, that could be 1/2. Okay, so possibly C. Over here, that's a negative value, so it's not going to be A because this is a positive 1/2. I come back over here to D, also a negative value. It will not be D. I need a positive 1/2, so it's going to go ahead and be C. That's our value. Y equals -5. Okay, good. What did we just learn a couple of questions ago? 2 questions ago. Either y is a horizontal line or y is a vertical line. Okay, so let's go ahead and find all the -5s. This is +5, it's out. This is -5, we'll keep it. This is -5, C is -5, we'll keep it. D is +5, it's out. E is +3, so it's definitely out. All right, so y equals -5. I have a vertical here at B, and I have a horizontal at C. So let's go ahead and check our y values. Okay, cool. So right here, okay, y is equal to 0 here. Okay, cool. What is y equal to here? It's equal to 2. And over here it's equal to 4. Okay, well then, this definitely is not our line because y is not always equal to -5. It's only equal to -5 here, and then it starts to change. Okay, so let's check down here. what is y equal to over here? It's equal to negative 5, even though x is negative 4. How about here? X is negative 2, y is negative 5. X is 0, y is negative 5. X is 2, y is negative 5. Y is always negative 5. So C is our answer. Nice job. Y equals a number, horizontal line. X equals a number, vertical line. All right, let's do this one now. Go ahead and plug in for x here. Y equals 1. Okay, can't be that one. That's 3. Can't be that. Possibly that one, actually. That's 0, so it's out. Possibly that one. That is a negative number, so that's out. So we just have B and D left. We go ahead and plug in 0 for y, and we end up with 4x equals 1. We divide by 4 and get some positive fraction. Y equals 1/4 positive fraction. So I check here, okay, could that be 1/4? Yes. Could this be 1/4? No, because it's a negative number. It's on the left-hand side over here, so it's a negative number. Our answer is definitely B. I hope that this was helpful. Whatever questions you have, feel free to post a message on Schoology. Any student who responds to the message on Schoology, I will give extra credit to. It will go to one of your quizzes. If you do not get a response on the chat board on Schoology, you can send me a private message and I will respond to it. Good luck.